If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I always talk about the beginning of scoliosis management is identifying the curve. So recently someone sent me this image, and I've put on some of the gray marks on the lines on the spine here. But ultimately this image can be a bit misleading because there is no identifiers as to what side is what. So are we looking at this person from the front, or are we looking at this person from the back? Now, usually an X-ray will have an L written on it or an R written on it somewhere. I just don't see that on this picture. But what we do see is the heart. And most commonly, the heart is on the left. So in order to orientate this to how I orientate all my clients that I work with and all the videos I have, is I reference the spine from behind. So I'm going to just flip this, and now we're looking at someone from behind. And we can see that this person has one main curve. And so this would be a reverse C-shaped curve. So if I just make that a little bit more clear for you here. So I'm going to put on a line, and you can kind of see that this is a reverse C-shape. So this would be a C-shape. Imagine you're looking at the letter C from the front, and then this is a reverse C-shape. So this person has a reverse C-shape in their lower back. Yes, there is a compensatory curve in their upper back, but that's a secondary curve and isn't of as much importance as this large curve. So what do we do to correct this? Well, what we need to do is figure out a way to open up the inside of this curve, the smaller part of this curve here, right? So let me just get this different color here. So we need to open this up. So how do we do that? Well, we can do that from the top by using the arms as sort of movers of the human body, or we can do that from the bottom. So from the top, we want to take this up and over like that, and we can see how that would come down and start to stretch this area here. We can then also take the pelvis on this side down and across, and that would open up this lower part of the curve here. Also, we want to think about how do we move this apex from all the way over on this right-hand side to more of the midline. So we want to work on that, moving the apex. There's a few things we have to be careful about. So one of the things is that the way this person's spine is kind of just her unique position is that this part of the spine here is quite compressed. Now, if we start leaning over to the right, you can see that this area is going to get more compressed. If we start dropping this left hip down to the left, this area is going to get more compressed. So if she has pain down here, some of those exercises might irritate it. So she needs to do something to counter that, some specific exercises that open up this bottom right hand L5 S1 area. L5 is the number of the vertebrae, number 5, and S1 is the number of the top part of the sacrum here, sacral 1. So we need to open that up. But generally, that's going to be the approach I use for treating this curve. This is just one plane we're talking about. Obviously, the spine works in 3 planes. There's just one plane. But in the frontal plane, that's the approach I would use on this person to help open up her curve. And I just wanted to show you that any program you do or any exercise you do needs to have some of these elements in it, if not all of these elements, to help you successfully manage your scoliosis.